Good morning to everybody. Now we finished matrix types, addition, subtraction, multiplication of matrices, determinants of matrices. Determinants is not there in our syllabus presently, and next we will go for inverse of a matrix. We will go for the next concept, inverse of a matrix. And inverse also, only inverse problems are there, but theorem proofs are deleted. Just we will learn the concepts enough for this year. Previously everything is there, now it is deleted, the proofs are deleted, only the concept and related sums, concept related sums. Now what is the inverse, how to find the inverse? Before finding inverse, we discussed what is a debt. What is a debt? If debt A equal to 0, if debt of the matrix equal to 0, if debt A equal to 0, then the matrix is called as, then the matrix is called as a singular matrix. Is called as a singular matrix. If det A equal to 0, then such matrix is called as a singular matrix. We will discuss small difference in singular, non-singular. Singular matrix. What is a singular matrix? If det A equal to 0, then the matrix is called as, it is a singular matrix. Then the matrix is called as a singular matrix. If det A not equal to 0, if det A not equal to 0, if det A not equal to 0, then it is called as a non-singular matrix. Then the matrix is called as a non-singular matrix. Then the matrix is called as a non-singular matrix. Is called as a non-singular matrix. Very important equation. If det A equal to 0, then the matrix is called as a singular matrix. If det A not equal to 0, then the matrix is called as a non-singular matrix. If det A equal to 0, then the matrix is called as a singular matrix. And if det A not equal to 0, then the matrix is called as a non-singular matrix. Is called as a non-singular matrix. Now, what is inverse? How to find the inverse? First of all, what is meant by the inverse of a matrix? Inverse of a matrix means if A is a square matrix, if A is a square matrix, A is a square matrix, A is a square matrix, if A is a square matrix and there exists a B and there exists some other matrix B, some matrix B. If A is a square matrix and there exists some matrix B such that some matrix B such that AB equal to BA equal to I, such that AB equal to BA equal to I, such that AB equal to BA equal to I. Is it clear? First, AB equal to BA means AB should be of the same order. Then only AB equal to BA. Means A is a square matrix of order M by N, M by M or N by N. B also should be of the same order. And identity also should be of the same because product of the two should be same. So, there is a matrix B such that AB equal to BA equal to I. AB equal to BA equal to I is identity matrix we already discussed. I is of the same size as that of A and B. I is same size as that of A and B. Now, if A is a square matrix, there exists a B, some B, matrix B, such that AB equal to BA equal to I. Then B is called as A inverse. Then B is called as A inverse. Then B is called as A inverse. Represented like this. Then B is called as A inverse or inverse of A. We will write separately. Inverse of A, inverse of A, and represented like this. B equal to A inverse. B equal to A inverse. B equal to A inverse. Now, coming to this point, AB equal to BA equal to I told. Means, delta of AB equal to delta of I only. A equal to B means delta A equal to delta B. We already discussed in properties of det. Delta of AB equal to delta of I. So, delta of AB means delta A into delta B only. We discussed in properties of determinants. Now, delta of AB is delta A into delta B equal delta of I is 1. Implies delta B is equal to 1 by delta A. Delta B equal to 1 by delta A. So, one more property in the determinants we can add this. Delta B is A inverse I know. So, delta of A inverse is 1 by delta A. Here two more important points you can note down. This implies delta of A inverse equal to 1 by delta A, first point. Delta of A inverse is always 1 by delta A is the first point. Second point, delta of A inverse is 1 by delta A means A inverse exists if and only if it is not equal to 0. Delta A not equal to 0 means it is non-singular. So, A is invertible only if it is non-singular. Only if it is non-singular. Because if this is 0, then it is called as singular I told. If delta A is 0, singular I told. If it is a singular matrix, 1 by 0 undefined. So, A inverse is not defined. So, A inverse is defined only delta A not equal to 0. Delta A not equal to 0 means it is a non-singular matrix. We already discussed the definition of singular non-singular. So, here delta A should be not equal to 0, then only A inverse defined. Implies inverse is defined only if it is a non-singular matrix. Inverse is defined only if it is a non-singular matrix. A is invertible only if it is a non-singular matrix. If it is a non-singular matrix. All these proofs are eliminated and no need to prove all this. Why it is inverse equal to this? Just learn the formula. A inverse equal to delta of A inverse equal to 1 by A, and inverse is possible only if it is non-singular, like that. No need of proofs. Proofs are completely deleted. Okay, only for this year, that too, COVID year. Next, how to find A inverse? So what I told, AB equal to BA equal to I. When do AB equal to BA equal to I? Actually, there is a proof actually, but presently no need of proof. So A inverse equal to adjoint A by delta A is the formula. Adjoint A by delta A. How this is? There is a proof actually previously. Now, no need of proof, just learn the formula. A inverse equal to adjoint A by delta A. Adjoint A by delta A. Then what is adjoint A? That is most important. I told A inverse equal to adjoint A by delta A. Then what is adjoint A? Adjoint A is nothing but transpose of a cofactor matrix. Adjoint of A matrix. Fill that adjoint of a matrix clearly. Is transpose of a cofactor matrix. Transpose of a cofactor matrix. Cofactor matrix. Adjoint of A is transpose of a cofactor matrix. Means if we take A is equal to, we already discussed A11, A12, A13. A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A3. And Adjoint A is matrix formed by these cofactors of this. A11 cofactor, I assume that it is capital A11, I already told, and the cofactor of A12 is capital A12, A13 is capital A13, next A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A3. Now this is adjoint A is transpose of the cofactor matrix. So definition of adjoint A is transpose of the cofactor matrix. Means this is cofactor matrix. By transposing this, what is meant by the transpose of a matrix? I told, changing rows into columns or columns into rows. So finally adjoint A becomes, if I transpose it, what do I get? A11, A12, A13, like A21, A22, A23. This becomes A31, A32, A33. All these proofs are eliminated. Just for reverse sake I am saying. Just for understanding purpose I am saying the proof again. Actually no need of the proof. Now adjoint A is transpose of cofactor. This is the adjoint A. Now product of the two. If this is A and this is adjoint A, what do I get if I multiply these two? We'll see. So A into adjoint A, what happens? A into adjoint A I will find. Means this into this. So A into adjoint A is how much will see? Adjoint A is just now only wrote. A11, A12, A13. Next, A21, A22, A23. A31, A32, A33. This is adjoint A. So A into adjoint A, we know matrix multiplication. First row with first column. This is matrix, not determinant. So you should do properly. First row with first column only. If it is determinant, you can do row with row, column with column, or row with column, your choice of doing in determinants. But in matrices, you should do row with column only. So first row with first column, what you get? A11 into A11, A12 into A12, like A13 into A13. So gives you delta A. Why delta A? Every element, its corresponding cofactor multiplying here. So delta A you will get. Next, first row with second column. So we are doing cofactors of the second row with first column. So cofactor, if you multiply any row or column with other cofactors then added together, gives you delta value is 0, you know. So this is 0, this is 0. Like the same here, this row with this column gives me 0, but this row with this row gives me corresponding cofactors is delta. Again this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, this is again delta. Now you can take delta common. So left out is, you can take delta common. What is left out? Delta into 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. This is nothing but I. So delta into I. Delta into I. Now bring delta to this side. Becomes A into adjoint A by delta A. I can write delta at anywhere. So I am writing here is equal to I. Now observe. A into B equal to I. By definition of inverse, AB equal to I means B equal to A inverse I told. So this is equal to A inverse. So adjoint A by delta A equal to, so according to definition I can write adjoint B equal to A inverse means adjoint A by delta A equal to A inverse. So to find A inverse, first we need to find adjoint A, then divide with delta A, then divide with delta A. Here also denominator by delta A we have. Means delta A should not be 0. If delta A is 0, then A inverse not defined. So A inverse is defined only if delta A not equal to 0. Means if it is a non-singular matrix. So inverse A inverse is defined only for non-singular matrix. So no need of all these proofs deleted. Last year it was there for 7 marker. Now it was deleted. So just log A inverse equal to adjoint A by delta A. Only formula is A inverse equal to adjoint A by delta A. You need to concentrate. remaining proof is deleted. So just for your learning purpose I told all the proofs. Just learn presently adjoint A adjoint A by det A equal to A inverse, or A inverse equal to adjoint A by det A is enough. So finally what I want to say is A inverse equal to A inverse equal to adjoint A by det A. Adjoint A is transpose of cofactor matrix, and det A is, you already know, any row or column multiplied by their corresponding cofactors and added together. So by finding adjoint A and det A, you can find A inverse. If det A not equal to 0, means first you need to find det A. If it is not equal to 0, then only go for adjoint A. If it is equal to 0, it is not invertible. No need of adjoint A. And 2-3 properties on this adjoint A and det A. What are they? A inverse whole inverse is always A. Next, A inverse whole transpose is A transpose whole inverse. A transpose whole inverse. Next, AB whole inverse equal to B inverse into A inverse. AB whole inverse equal to B inverse into A inverse. Next, already we learned one proof also. Det of A inverse equal to 1 by det A. Det of A inverse equal to 1 by det A. All these properties you can keep in mind for your objective purpose, not for IP. IP you will find adjoint A, det A, then A inverse. So we will do some IP sums, then you will come to know. He is asking to find the adjoint A and A inverse. Adjoint A and A inverse for the following matrices. Find the adjoint A and inverse for the following matrices. If A equal to 2 minus 3, 4, 6, find the adjoint A as well as A inverse, both is asking. So for finding A inverse, I need det A. And how to find det A, we already discussed. So det A equal to, what is det A first of all? Det A is AD minus BC I told for a 2 by 2 matrix. For a 2 by 2 matrix, what is det A I told? This into this minus this into this. AD minus BC. If ABCD is the matrix. Now 2 into 6, 12. Minus of minus 4, 3 is 12. So 24 is det A. Det A equal to 24 here. Det A equal to 24. So not equal to 0, 100% invertible. So we can find adjoint A as well as A inverse both. So this is det A, keep it aside. Now adjoint A I need. What is adjoint A I told? Transpose of the cofactor matrix. What is cofactor of 2? What is cofactor of 2? Cofactor of 2. How to find the cofactor of the first element 2? Means closing this row, this column gives you determinant of the remaining elements. Remaining element is only 6. So cofactor of 2 equal to 6. Like cofactor of minus 3 equal to, and here minus 1 whole power I plus f, 1 plus 1, 2. Minus 1 square is plus 1 only. But here minus 1 whole power I plus j is minus 1 whole power first row second column, means 3 into closing this row this column gives you how much? 4. Like cofactor of, so this is minus 4. Next, cofactor of 4 is equal to minus 1 whole power I plus j, second row first column again whole cube, into closing this row this column is minus 3. So minus 1 into minus 3 gives you plus 3. Next, cofactor of 6 equal to minus 1 whole power 2 plus 2, 4 only, past 2 only, no need to think this. Now closing this row this column is 2. Now adjoint A. What is adjoint A I told? Transpose of cofactor matrix. So first form a cofactor matrix. What is cofactor of 2? 6. What is cofactor of minus 3? Minus 4. What is cofactor of 4? 3. What is cofactor of 6? 2. So transpose of this, changing rows into columns. So becomes 6 minus 4, 3, 2. So this is adjoint A. This is called as adjoint A. This is adjoint A. If you observe, instead of doing this much, if it is a 2 by 2 matrix, I will tell you a shortcut. Actual procedure is this. For 3 by 3, you should do this only because there is no shortcut. I will tell you another way, that is other case. But if there is no shortcut, this is the actual way of doing. Now I will tell you a shortcut how to find the adjoint A. Instead of doing this much, for finding 2 by 2 adjoint A, anyhow you will get 2 marks only. So no need to do all this. Simply what you have to do is interchange these two. 6 here, 2 here. Observe, 6 here, 2 here. Next, keep the minus sign for these two. So this becomes minus 4 and this minus of minus 3 plus 3. Observe, 6, 3 minus 4. So for a 2 by 2 adjoint, no need to find transpose of cofactor matrix. If you interchange these two and keep minus sign for these two, you will automatically get them. You will automatically get them. So actual procedure is this, and if you want shortcut for object 2, simply adjoint A equal to interchange these two, keep minus sign for those. So adjoint A equal to 6, 3 minus 4, 2. That's it. Next, A inverse. How to find A inverse? What is A inverse? I told. Adjoint A by det A I told. Now we found adjoint A, we have det A. So det A is 1 by 24. This is 1 by det A, I can write into adjoint A. So adjoint A is 6, 3 minus 4, 2. So this is called as A inverse. This is called as A inverse for 2 by 2 matrix. So for finding 2 by 2 matrix inverse, first find det A, 1 by det A into cofactor matrix. That is what I told. Interchanging these two and keeping minus for those two directly gives you A inverse. Directly gives you A inverse. So adjoint A by det A gives you A inverse, actual concept. Cos alpha minus sin alpha, cos alpha. Adjoint A, det A, both we need to find. So now I am going for shortcut directly. First det A is common. So det A equal to this into this, cos square alpha minus this into this, minus of minus plus sin square alpha. Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is 1. So det A equal to 1 I got, not equal to 0. So I can 100% go for inverse of the matrix. If it is 0, no need to find inverse, that's it. Now adjoint A. What is adjoint A? I told. Transpose of cofactor matrix. Instead of that, I told you shortcut. Interchange this two. Cos alpha, if I interchange, I will get that only again. Cos alpha here, cos alpha. And keep minus sign for these two I told. So minus of sin alpha plus sin alpha. Plus if I keep minus, this is minus sin alpha. So this is adjoint A. So A inverse equal to 1 by 1 by det A into adjoint A. 1 by 1 is 1 only. Into cos alpha, sin alpha, minus sin alpha, cos alpha is A inverse. Over. It is 2 by 2 inverse matrix. How to find 2 by 2 matrix? Okay, inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix, adjoint of a 2 by 2 matrix. Tomorrow we will discuss the inverse and adjoint of 3 by 3 matrix. Okay.